Alrighty guys, welcome to yet another, to the final episode of the crew for a while, not entirely, but it's the final episode for a while until I get out of class, out of my classes and stuff. And in this episode we're going to be customizing the Viper SRT-10 coupe for Cicruit Spec, because I've seen a lot of people using this car online, and I wanted to find out exactly how overpowered this thing actually is. And so I wanted to also make it look like the racing variant of the Viper SRT-10. I also want to put some different racing wheels on it just for the heck of it. At first I wanted to do that, and then I went to look at real picture of the Viper SRT-10 race car, and it's basically exactly identical to that of the real Viper race car. And it looks a little weird at the back, I know, with the kind of boxy shape on the back. It looks a little weird, but at the same time it kind of looks cool. It's a very simple interior and stuff, and I don't know if I showed you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that, but also when you look back you can actually see the pipe that goes into the fuel tank from the fuel door thing, which is kind of cool. That's a nice little detail they added to these Cicruit Spec cars. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed for a second, there's actually some lights on the exterior of the car that work up above the windows, which is a nice little detail. You can see a little yellow box up above the driver window. I don't know what that's for, but that's probably some kind of thing for numbers, I guess. I don't know. But it's a nice little detail they added. Okay, Devin. But yeah. And I couldn't really figure out any stickers to do, because most of the animal stickers are locked for this car. And yeah. The Viper actually does look a little bit more different from the standard one. You could see the back end is actually a little longer. The back of the car is a little longer than the standard Viper, as you can see. Which is kind of appropriate for the racing cars, because the McLaren F1 GT race car also had a longer back end as well. Which is appropriate, I guess. And so yeah, now we're gonna do some stickers. This actually, it looks pretty legit. The only problem I have to say is the Viper logo on the front bumper is a little too big for me. It's kind of too big, but it's appropriate for the real life GT version of the Viper. And no, we're not gonna do those stripes, even though those kind of look cool. And so basically, I didn't really think those stripes look cool, but I don't really feel like doing another Viper stripe thing or whatever, and no riced out stuff. Most of the stickers that are on this car kind of didn't really suit this. The racing liveries didn't really suit this car all that much. Most of them, to me at least. But yes, either some of them just didn't look right with the car, or there were some that just kind of got cut off by certain parts of the body. And this one was the one I liked the most. It just was a simple little stripe that kind of went over the exhaust, and I decided to see what the two color paint scheme would look like on the Viper, and actually looks pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. The red with the black upper portion, that looks cool. I'm definitely gonna keep that. And so yeah, I also go do some skills as well later, and I just wanted to see what else I could have done with this thing. Maybe because as you can see, the stripes, the little 7 stripe thing, is actually fading upwards a little. I want to kind of create that extra little effect, and the gray actually doesn't really suit this car very well up on the upper portion, because it should be black. It should be black, or it should be the same color as the body. Otherwise it's just wrong. And nothing else seems to work. The stripes, those other stripes don't seem to work. I just wanted to look at those for no apparent reason. I don't know. And so yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess, but I've already got like 5 other cars that have that exact design. That's, like I said, that's okay, but my standard Viper has those stripes on it, and I just want this thing to look a little bit more different. And so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, demo mode. And yeah, all the lights in the interior actually work as well. You can see all the switches and stuff work, which is kind of cool. And so yeah, there's a little like seatbelt thing on the top of upper portion of the dash where there would be some kind of I don't know, some kind of gauge or whatever. And like the thing I like most about the Cicruit Spec interiors is that when you actually look to the left or right, you are actually kind of restricted in vision because you have the bucket seats. You can see the bucket seat a little bit, which is kind of cool. And so yeah, I guess that's it. I'm done customizing this thing. And so yeah, now we're actually going to do a couple skills. And I actually spent quite a bit of time getting these parts. After I paused the recording, I just did it once, then did the same skill multiple times, over and over and over again until I got my level a little higher. You can see that if you look to the left where my little name thing says, it'll show you my car level, and you'll see how much the car level jumps every single time I go from skill to skill. So yeah, that goes to show that I was working kind of hard to get the parts for this thing. And this one I think I actually... No, I don't do this one twice. There was another one I did twice because I got slowed down a little bit. This one I thought I have to do it twice, but I did it perfect on the first try. So yeah, now we're doing the jump skill between the bridges, which I actually kind of like this one. Although I still have not been able to beat my friend's record, the one that dude that set it with the overpowered Mini Cooper. I tried multiple times, but I have no idea how you're able to keep that Mini Cooper under control at all. This one I had to do twice because the first time I failed it and I got gold only. Second try, although with the fence not blocking it, I got it absolutely perfectly. There you go. Avoiding that cone, hitting the fence a little bit, but I still get enough speed to head over the jump and get our platinum medal. So, now we're doing this off-roading one with the, I don't know, the transmission, the gearbox or something, I don't know, transmission I believe it is. Gearbox part. Yeah, gearbox. So right the second time. And now we're doing suspension part. And I actually finished. Whoa! And surprisingly, if I did this one, I crashed, and I got a level 48 part after I crashed immediately. So yeah, I guess that was lucky. And I guess that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.